music for the picture. Spader, I introduced myself and I said I was a fan of his because he had done a lot of teen movies where he was just a total jerk. And I was like, he was a great villain, you know. And he said, yeah, I figure I got a lock on this teenage asshole thing. And I mean, some of my favorite moments in the movie are Jimmy Spader. You know, when after a fight, he spits on the floor of the school. It's like, oh, you're awful, you know.
Hey, Blaine. There was one night, I don't know why, I remember just a big party scene. So I go up and James Spader is up sitting on the bed. He does some gesture. He kind of goes, this really crude gesture that I just thought was brilliant.
I love when Spader confronts Molly. How come you won't go out with me? You know, and he's just so slimy and does that. You're a bitch.
You're a bitch.
Which on TNT is like, you're a witch, which just doesn't work as well as you're a bitch. I mean, it makes him sound really gay.
Yeah, I think you have to see a doctor because that condition of yours can get a lot worse.
People say that Jimmy does this whole slimy thing. Well, I guess he does. He has a certain glee about him that I think is what makes it so funny. He just has this twinkle and he's sort of back a little bit. And in real life, he's not like that at all.
Of course, he's like a family man, you know, drives a Volvo, you know.
He brought a richness and deep knowing of that character. And I mean, could he have been more beautiful or sexy? Oh, please. I mean, you love this guy who walks around high school, you know, in a white linen suit and smokes cigarettes in the hall. Jesus, he's fabulous.
You're going to be late, buddy.
I think that Harry Dean was one of the only people that didn't come in and audition. We were pretty psyched when he decided to do the film.
I was always a little
Excuse
concerned about
me.
Molly going home to Harry Dean Stanton's house. I mean, wouldn't you be?
Yes.
Oh, I got a job.
No.
The second you see Harry Dean Stanton in the movie, you're already like, oh no, that's her dad. You're like, oh man, you know, you feel for this girl because Harry Dean, while you know being actually a lovely guy who's very very smart and very together, just looks like he just got dragged 20 miles by a truck. You know, I mean, he takes sort of sad sack to the sad sack extreme.
I hung out with Harry a lot. It seemed like I was the one person who he could connect with, that he could talk to. And so I would actually go in and leave my lunch hour early and go in and just talk to him. And I think that it really helped the rapport on film because Andy really is such a caretaker for her father. And it was written that way, so it kind of worked out beautifully, the fact that Harry and I had that sort of dynamic off screen as well.
Harry Dean gave the movie and Molly's home life a certain weight and history that it certainly wouldn't have had without him. He just brought his own so much baggage as a human being and actor to it, not in a good way, and he just sort of flopped it on the couch. And there it was.
I enjoyed working with him, although, I mean, we had this one scene, the scene where we're in the backyard, where I'm wearing those ridiculous shorts. I love that my shorts got a laugh in a movie. You know, it's like, dude, when all you have to do is sit there in your shorts and get a laugh, you can't beat that. I thought it really worked. I thought it was a really lovely moment in the movie.
I think in high school, you know, there's always a class system, you know, there's groups and cliques and everybody hangs out in their own clique. But I don't think that the story's about two groups of people. I think that that's just the way it is in the social strata in high school.
He's a Richie.
What do you...
It's kind of stupid. It's just his family has a lot of money.
I don't know if it was a conscious choice on Howie's part, but he kind of during the rehearsal process stratified the people that worked together because the movie was about the poor kids and the rich kids. You know, the rich kids tended to hang and work together, and the poor folks tended to hang and work together as well. So that was me and Molly and Annie.
John was very ducky-like when we were making that movie. He was very sweet and very needy, and I had no patience for him. And so consequently, he wanted more, and the more he wanted, the more I was like, dude. You know? So it just sort of helped create the dynamic of the relationship in the movie.
That's Ducky Dale in class.
Hi, Dexter. Philip Epstein to you.
Interestingly, Andrew McCarthy and I never spent much time during rehearsals at all together. We had very few scenes together. And the scenes that we did have together, we were yelling at each other. So I never got to know the guy.
Still, I think you're making Andy uncomfortable. Why don't you just knock it off? What's the problem?
It really did sort of work to the advantage of the movie, because the second this guy came, was around me, it was like, Blaine.
His name is Blaine? Oh, that's a major appliance. That's not a name.
I feel like as a performer, it's going to be real hard for me to find something more pure than being that guy. As I said, he was a guy I always wanted to be, and that I got a chance to be him for this movie was, an incredible stroke of luck. And, I've been lucky enough to keep working the rest of my life and my career, and I've had success doing a lot of other things. But I don't know if I'll hit something as pure as that again.
Thanks for taking your time. I really, I appreciate it.